Welcome back, beauties. Today I'm going to be doing a eyeshadow tutorial, and I am going to be doing a step-by-step on the Mothership 10. I never did a tutorial on this palette, and I felt inspired today to do so. I also want to mention that everything on my face in this video will be linked down below. And if you like makeup and lifestyle content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now, I want to say this palette came out in 2022, and I really just didn't get a chance to just, play with it in general. And, this is one of those good neutral palettes, if you ask me. So I just wanted to come and create something purple. I'm going to be using this palette today along with the new Danessa Myricks ColorFix Stix. And this is the duo number 2. I mean, look at it. It is absolutely glorious. So if you all want to see me create this look, just keep on watching. For my foundation on today, I'm going to be using one of my absolute favorite foundations from the drugstore. This is one that I have been using for many years. This is the Loreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I'm going to be wearing the shade 515. Yes, I am aware that it's a little bit too rich. I did make it work. This was the only shade that I had left in my collection because I had to declutter out the other shades because they were extremely, extremely old. Now, one of the things that I want to mention is there are other shades that would be better. Either 510 or 511 would be a better shade for me, but I did make this shade work. Using a IT Cosmetics for Ulta Airbrush Buffing Foundation Brush number 110. I have been using this one for a couple of years now. I have a variety of different foundation brushes in my collection, and this is one that I really love from IT Cosmetics. For my concealer today, I'm going to be using the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer in the shade 16Y. I have absolutely been loving the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. The reformulation reinvigorated my love for this concealer. I'm also using something new to my collection. More information on this coming soon. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade 5W. I'm impressed with this concealer, and I've been hearing some buzz about it, which is one of the reasons that prompted me to go ahead and pick it up. I let the concealer sit on the skin for a minute or two before blending it out with a BK Beauty A506 Hot and Flashy Concealer Brush. I absolutely love this concealer brush. It's one of my absolute favorites. I really look forward to using it and really want to use it every time that I do my makeup application. Oh, and I also sprayed my face down with Fix Plus before blending out my concealer. On today, another favorite product of mine that I really, really, really have been enjoying is the Sephora Blur Loose Setting Powder in the shade Banana. This powder is so pretty. The price is right. The colors are right. I think that the colors really work for women of color, people of color, over the L'Oreal. I think the L'Oreal has more shades that gear towards more fair complexions. The Blur definitely seems to lean like, the peach and the banana. Those shades really look good on people of color. Next, I'm going to apply my cream blush. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin blush in the shade Red Velvet, y'all. And when I tell you this color is so, so beautiful, it just, this Yummy Skin Balm blush just blends into the skin, it just melts into the skin. It just looks absolutely stunning on my complexion. And I am literally obsessed with this Red Velvet shade. And then another shade that I tried not too long ago was Dancing Queen. Both of those shades are absolutely stunning and must-haves, in my opinion. Applying the blush with a BK Beauty 109 brush. Absolutely love this brush. You don't necessarily need this particular brush to apply the blush. You just need a good synthetic brush. I prefer a synthetic brush for the Balm blushes. So I did something a little bit different today with my blush combo. I did not go on top of my cream blush with another blush. I went on top with my Pat McGrath Labs Divine Bronzer in the shade Burnished Honey. I have not used this bronzer in quite a minute, and I was just itching to do so. And it paired beautifully. It just really warmed up the complexion and it just melted together very well. Spraying the face down with my MAC Fix Plus. That just helps everything meld together. Setting my face with my beloved Givenchy Prisme Libre Pressed Setting Powder in the shade 5. I absolutely love this powder. I absolutely love this powder. I'm so excited that Givenchy had to right their wrong and came out with a pressed version of the powder that they messed up. Apologize, beauties, if I make things complicated for you, but I absolutely love combos. I love creating something unique that's not right out of the box, if you will. And so for my lippy on today, that's exactly what I did. This is two pencils, a lip gloss, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. I applied the MAC Currant lip pencil to kind of contour the lips. And then I went on top of that and a little bit more on the inside of the lip with the Makeup Forever Limitless Brown Lip Pencil. I have really been enjoying these two, this combo, if you will. It just gives everything that I needed to give. Then I decided to go ahead and dig through my collection and find an oldie. One of my favorite nude lipsticks ever is the Pat McGrath Luxe Trans lipstick in La Beige. And to be honest, I do apologize because I don't even think they make this anymore. Okay, I double checked, ladies, and the lipstick, the Pat McGrath Luxe Trans lipstick that I am wearing in this video, La Beige, it's a really nice brown peachy nude, is no longer available. So I'm just going back in with that Limitless brown lip pencil and redefining the lips after that lipstick application, giving me that nice contoured look. To give my lips a little bit of a sheen, I'm going to go in with a find that I have really been enjoying from L'Oreal here over the last couple of months. This is the Plump Ambition Hyaluronic Lip Oil in the shade Latte Glaze. So I'm just going to top my lip combo off with that, and that's going to wrap it up for the lip. All right, so what most of you are probably waiting for, which is the eyeshadow. I was super excited to be playing in makeup or in Pat McGrath eyeshadows again. I decided to go ahead and pull out my Mothership 10 because I literally had never used it and I've been having it for over 2 years. So jumping right into using a Sonia G Blender Pro, I'm going to dive right into Rosewood Romantic. And I'm going to give that color a wash through the crease. And taking my time building up the color because I wasn't exactly sure what look I wanted to go for, but I wanted to take my time and apply the color step by step. Dipping back into the palette, taking the deepest color, Extreme Nocturne, and I'm going to be using an old MAC 217 blender brush. You just want to get a flat blending brush to, replicate this with. I'm going to take that color and I'm going to pack that right into the outer corner of the eye. You want to fill your eye and you want to pack that in to the socket of the outer edge. And you want to make sure you take that color and concentrate it on the outer portion of the eye. You don't want to blend it into the crease at all because this is just adding depth to the eye. And also taking my time and building that color up, because sometimes once you go extreme, you can't go back. So I just take my time and build the color up little by little, because Pat McGrath's eyeshadows are super, super pigmented. And sometimes the really deep colors can be harder to blend. So one of the things that I like to do these days is take my bronzer. And again, I'm using the Pat McGrath and Burnished Honey for my bronzer. I took a fluffy, this is an old fluffy Morphe M532. You just want to take the fluffiest crease brush you have and take your bronzer and give that a really good wash of color through the crease. That's going to help blend those two previous colors out and add warmth to the crease area. And also, it also helps you give your eyes, your whole look in general, cohesiveness, because you're taking a color that's on your cheek and then also blending that into the eye area. It's going to look very uniform and very natural. Dipping back into a little bit of that extreme nocturne and blending the outer portion of the eye. Again, just kind of redefining the eye and blending towards the inner portion of the eye. I never brought this color in any higher than like the pupil of my eye. Not adding any additional bronzer color, but just going in and making sure that like my contour from my nose to my eye is thoroughly blended, and just my eyeshadow transition color and that rosewood romantique color is just all seamless. Now I'm going to go into my Danessa Myricks ColorFix Stick Duo number 2. And y'all, the ColorFix is really doing it for me these days. I am so impressed with Danessa Myricks yet again. But I mean, I've been really enjoying the quality and just all things Danessa Myricks at the moment. So duo number 2. The first color that I'm going to apply is the metallic shade Twilight Gleam. I'm going to pat that color on my eye with my finger, and I'm going to use a little bit at a time, because you don't want to press down too hard because you can pick up more product than you want. So I'm using my fingers and I'm going to apply little by little, building the color up to my liking. Once I've built Twilight Gleam up enough, I'm going to go back in with that MAC 217 brush and I'm going to just blend, not adding any additional color, just blending out that Extreme Nocturne and Twilight Gleam just for cohesiveness. You want to always go step by step, little by little, and blend, baby. Now, once I have Twilight Gleam and Nocturne blended together to my liking, I'm going to go on top of Twilight Gleam with the foil color. Basically going on top of the entire lid with the exception of the deepest shade, the Extreme Nocturne. I'm going to go on top with Orion Nebula. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And again, I'm going to be using patting motion, building it up little by little to my liking. Not going up too far into the crease, but I want to make sure I thoroughly apply the ColorFix Stick Nebula on the entire first three quarters of my eyelid. Going back in with that fluffy crease brush, not adding any color or anything. I'm just blending out for cohesiveness. just a touch more of that foil shade. And then I'm going to pop on some lashes that I hauled with you all during the Sephora sale back in April. These are the Lily Lash 3D Faux Mink in Rome. I absolutely love these lashes. They did everything that I needed them to do, and it really just added the chef's kiss on top of this look for me. I also want to mention that I did apply a nice coat of mascara to my bottom lashes, and before applying my lashes, on my bottom lashes, I did use the tubing lash primer from Tarte, and then I went on top of that with the tubing mascara. I really do enjoy the Tarte tubing formula. I also enjoy the Too Faced tubing formula, and you already know my absolute fave would just be Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty, whatever tubing formula. Super affordable, love. Those are the 3 tubing formulas that I've absolutely been obsessed with. But anyway, the lashes did everything for me on this look. It just added just that final touch that I felt like I needed. You guys let me know what you think. You already know there's going to be more of this to come. If you like these types of videos, you're going to want to make sure, if you are not already subscribed, you want to do so. Turn on that notification bell. I'm going to try to do my best once or twice a month to take a step back and do some step-by-step things that you can follow along with so you can recreate some of these looks for yourself at home. Now, that is going to wrap it up on today. I really enjoyed creating this look for you, and until the next time, I'll see you later. Bye.